So the tail of the tape, it's a new opponent, but the disparity in height and reach is very similar. Bobbi Jo Dalziel is 6 feet tall. Kayla Harrison comes in at 5'8". 4-inch reach advantage for Bobbi Jo Dalziel. Interestingly enough, Kayla Harrison measured out with a leg reach advantage. I don't know how that works when you got a 6 foot tall Bobbi Jo Dalziel. Lillian Garcia gets our second women's lightweight semifinal started inside the cage.
That's right, we continue with the second semifinal in the women's lightweight division. And this is brought to you by SeatGeek, where you can score your best deals on tickets. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. Her background is in kickboxing, standing at 6 feet tall, weighing in at 156 pounds. In 6 professional bouts, she has a record of 5 victories and 1 defeat with 3 wins by knockout. Fighting out of Sarnia, Ontario, Canada, here is Bobbi Jo Dalziel. Her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, she specializes in judo, standing at 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 156 pounds. She has an undefeated record of 5-0 with 4 wins by stoppage. She is a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, fighting out of Middletown, Ohio. Here is Kayla Harrison. Your referee in charge, Keith Peterson.
Keith Peterson, the third man in the cage. And how about that guy, Showtime, right outside the cage. Anthony Showtime Pettis. We saw Mike Tyson earlier. I saw Gray Maynard earlier.
Yep.
Nikita Krylov, Showtime. It's a party. Touch of the gloves here in women's lightweight semifinal action. Kayla Harrison in the red, Bobbi Jo Dalziel in the black and gray.
Now, Bobbi Jo said that she let Larissa Pacheco take her out of her game when she got taken down. She made a mistake, she had a mental lapse, and that took her out of her game. Let's see if Kayla gets one of these takedowns and Bobbi Jo can stay focused.
Double underhooks for Kayla Harrison. Bobbi Jo Dalziel back against the cage here. It is a different animal, even in grappling exchanges, dealing with someone who's this much taller.
It absolutely is. There's a lot of leverage in those long levers. A lot of things you can do to someone that's your size are out the window. They're hard to do.
But you've got to imagine, at the weight class that Kayla competed in judo, she definitely had to have competed against some women that had some height on her.
No doubt about that.
She gets the trip and gets Bobbi Jo Dalziel to her back. And now, this is her world. Kayla Harrison inside control on top of Bobbi Jo Dalziel. In the fighter meetings, in our interview with Kayla Harrison, she said, I sometimes just have to remember, I'm the best female grappler in the world. We'll see if she puts that on display here.
Immediately advancing her position, climbing to better and better position as she goes here.
Doing a good job of controlling that right leg of Bobbi Jo Dalziel. Dalziel making her work to keep her on the ground.
That's it. We're okay, yeah. Cover up. Duck your chin.
Back to her feet is Bobbi Jo Dalziel. Kayla Harrison attempts a knee. Nice work by Bobbi Jo Dalziel to get back to her feet.
What Bobbi Jo needs to do is take that left hand and punch that inside so that she can start to jack Kayla back up. Because Kayla beneath her, even though she's a taller woman, Kayla's going to be able to use those hips and throw some of that judo into the game. And that's going to put a lot of salt in the mix.
Harrison still working with double underhooks here against the cage. Bobbi Jo Dalziel trying to soften up that body lock with some strikes.
You're doing well, Bobbi. You're doing well. Good girl.
Trip by Kayla Harrison. Lands once again inside control.
Get those elbows in. Get those elbows in. Good girl.
Dalziel's corner, you can hear them coaching, telling her to keep the elbows in. Ground and pound from Kayla Harrison.
They don't want Kayla to isolate one of those arms. She'll make a transition around that isolated arm and go for submission.
It's all right. That's it. Be calm. When she moves, you move.
Posting the forearm on the neck there is Bobbi Jo Dalziel on her back. There's Ray Cooper III. Remember, for the men's welterweights, it's fight twice, win twice. Ray Cooper potentially staring at a rematch from last year's final.
2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. Elbows in. Protect yourself. It's all right.
More heavy right hands from the top by Kayla Harrison. Steps over to the mount. Bobbi Jo Dalziel finds herself underneath. Heavy ground and pound from Kayla Harrison on top.
Bobbi Jo's got to get Kayla down on her hips.
There's the armbar.
Here comes a belly down armbar attempt. Bobbi Jo Dalziel flips over. Thumbing out, and there's the tap. Kayla Harrison, first round armbar submission, and a date in the championship on New Year's Eve. It'll be a rematch between Kayla Harrison and Larissa Pacheco. That's the fight that Larissa Pacheco wanted.
It's going to be a late Christmas present.
Impressive performance by Kayla Harrison, who improves to 6-0 in her young MMA career. Dominant, position first, saw that opening, Randy, and took the arm.
Absolutely. Once she made contact, she did not let that go.
Here's our Smart Cage Cageonomics numbers. Kayla Harrison, 2 takedowns. Bobbi Jo Dalziel did a great job working herself back to her feet, but ended up on the ground one more time with an arm out there by itself, and Kayla Harrison darn near ripped it off.
Well, Kayla methodically moved to better and better position until there was really no other option. She made a beautiful transition to that armbar and secured that. She was on that like a rat on a Cheeto.
Lillian Garcia has our official decision inside the PFL cage.
Comes officially at 3 minutes and 32 seconds into round number 1. Submission by armbar, and advancing to the 2019 PFL World Championship in the women's lightweight division, Kayla Harrison.
First round submission victory for Kayla Harrison, securing herself a spot in our championship on New Year's Eve, December 31st, Madison Square Garden. It'll be a rematch from the regular season, Kayla Harrison and the young Brazilian Larissa Pacheco. Caroline Pierce has our winner inside the cage.
I do indeed. Kayla Harrison just put on her PFL Championship t-shirt. You were going to get to fight for $1 million. How does that feel?
Well, you know, the goal is always to be the best. $1 million is great, but ultimately I want to be world champion, so that's what I care about. I just want to take a second, and I want to dedicate this fight to my judo teammate, Jack Hatton. He recently passed away, and October is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. So if anyone is struggling, or you know someone who's struggling, please reach out, because there is help there if you want to take it. Don't ever be afraid to ask for help.
Thank you, Kayla. Lovely words. And we're sorry for your loss. Talking about your performance tonight, you said you were going to use your judo more. You did. You got the trips. You got it. Was it more challenging doing so with someone of the stature of Bobbi Jo? And then talk us through the finish.
Yeah, absolutely. Bobbi Jo's a great competitor. She's very physically strong. I was surprised by how hard it was to take her down. A lot of the guys are easier to take down than that. And then the finish, you know, we're working on being slow, methodical, controlled. She was able to get back up once. So I realized I had to do a better job of trying to keep my position on the mat. And finally, I was able to get to mount, and once I started raining down the heavy punches, I saw the arm and I took it.
You did indeed. This sets up a rematch now with Larissa Pacheco. You fought one another. You got the decision win in the first round of the regular season, but this was a win you were the least happy with, to say the least. So what do you do differently this time?
Well, first of all, this time I'm going to have a lot longer to prepare for it. Last time it was a really last-minute opponent change. So we're gonna be able to study more film, practice a lot more, and ultimately just go out there and instill my will.
Well, we will see you on New Year's Eve in New York City. Kayla Harrison.
Thank you so much.
Back to you, Sean.
Thank you, Caroline. The number 2 seed advances to face the number 4 seed in the women's lightweight playoff bracket. It'll be Kayla Harrison and Larissa Pacheco, already decked out in championship garb. New York City, New Year's Eve, $1 million on the line. If only I knew what that was like, Randy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get ready. Listen. What you wanna do? If you don't strike first, that's when they gon' come at you. Yeah. And you know it's true. Don't let your life get worse. Being timid, that ain't cool. Nah.